Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Zanzi, and I'm the host of the Discord Showcase AMA series. Today, we have some special guests coming in from QiDao. We have Benjamin and Just Kyla from the QiDao core team. How are you guys doing today?
Doing fantastic. Doing
Hey,
fantastic.
good.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm super happy to have you guys here today. I always like to kick this off doing some introductions. So let's talk a bit about your background, your backstory, what got you into crypto, and ultimately what got you involved with the QiDao protocol.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start with my intro into crypto. It's not as cool as most people. Most people, it's like drugs or some illegal activity and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of what got them into crypto. For me, it was hackathons. So I went to a hackathon in about 2014. Um, One of the sponsors there introduced me to Bitcoin. Interested me like kind of from then. um, and also my one of the founders of Silk Road was an alumni of my school, so there's like a lot of hype around around him and BTC back then. So yeah, that's kind of what got me into it, and then I continued to go to hackathons. Really like what I was hearing. Next year was also at Money 2020 Vegas. Learned more about Ethereum. Continued to learn more. Continue to go to hackathons. That's actually where I met a lot of my current teammates. Was through hackathons, and yeah, that's my less interesting story into crypto.
Oh, those hackathons are pretty crazy back in the day.
Yeah, not as crazy as like online poker or drugs. Like, so
Right. Oh yeah, for me it was my brother was pretty into crypto, and so he was doing this whole like arbitrage where you can buy cards with Bitcoin at a discount, and then you can sell them for fiat. And we were all high school students, so that was a pretty nice revenue stream. And then yeah, I did a couple like projects, startups in crypto. And yeah, I just went down the rabbit hole.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's some good backstories. It's really nice to meet both of you. Um, so let's kick it off doing a bit of an explanation for what Cheeto is for the audience. What would your elevator pitch to explain Cheeto be?
I mean, QiDao is a way to not sell your crypto. Instead of selling it, you can mint this magical token called My and use that instead.
yeah, exactly. So if you're like really bullish on a token, for example, Matic, which I'm super bullish on, um, I got a ton of Matic. I think it's going to go up in value. I don't want to sell it, but it's got a value, and I may want to go ahead and use that value in the meantime while I'm holding it. QiDao allows you to extract that value without having to sell your tokens. Like
Awesome.
for yeah,
So essentially, with Cheeto, you're able to deposit your various types of tokens, such as Matic, into a vault, and then borrow my against it, which is a over collateralized stable coin. Um,
correct.
so since launching, you guys have scaled up really fast. I believe you launched maybe a little over a year ago on Polygon, and since then you've expanded to multiple different chains. And so I think an important thing we should ask would be regarding how the stablecoin maintains its peg. Like, I understand it's over collateralized. Are there any risks associated with being on multiple chains and scaling up so fast?
I mean, when it comes to being on different chains, the only real issue becomes with operations, right? Because you're dealing with a lot of different collaterals, a lot of different communities, but bridging is pretty cheap with multi-chains, so we do see a lot of arbitrage between the chains. You're not gonna see that the price is like 2% off, between different chains. Now when it comes to maintaining the peg, it's pretty it's pretty simple, right? Since we're over collateralized, there's no this like fear of a bank run because at any point, even if I was like 50 cents, right, you could still repay $1 worth of debt. So if I'm a debt holder and my is trading really, really low, I'm incentivized to buy it and take that opportunity so then I can repay my loan. Now, if my is above peg, we've, pioneered this method with interest-bearing DAI, where we, increase the debt ceiling. So we allow people to start borrowing against their interest-bearing DAI. And of course, since 0% interest, people lever it, and that causes the peg to come back down.
Yeah, let us know if you have any questions or if you want to dive deeper into any of those elements there.
Yeah, we could definitely dive deeper into those elements. Maybe touch on the how the liquidations work.
Akila,
Yeah.
maybe you can do liquidations.
Yeah, how liquidations work. So I'll go ahead and give you an example from kind of V1 how liquidations work, and also still that bleeds into V2. Again, all of our vaults over collateralized. So what you would do is you put in some of your crypto assets. Say you put in Matic, you borrow at a healthy CDR, or healthy collateral to debt ratio. And then the price of Matic goes down. That means that your CDR, your collateral to debt ratio, is going lower and lower. For every collateral type, we have a specific minimum collateral to debt ratio that we allow. If your CDR drops below that point, then your vault becomes what we call a risky vault. When it's a risky vault, then once it's a risky vault, people, liquidators can come in. They can pay back some of your loan, some of your debt, and then they will take an equivalent amount of collateral plus 10% as a bonus. And so your vault will get partially liquidated if you drop below a specific CDR. Now again, if liquidations on a chain are kind of running slow and the CDR continues to drop a little bit, we do have a new way of doing liquidations if it hits a certain point. And so if your CDR drops under 110%, then what liquidators can do is they can actually acquire the entire vault by just paying back the amount of MAI that would bring that vault up to a healthy ratio. So they don't need to pay back half of the entire loan, but they just need to bring it back up to a healthy ratio, and then now they become the owner of that vault. And again, let me know if this is confusing or if need deeper explanation.
Yeah, so just to clarify, it is a bit confusing. So if I say the minimum collateral to debt ratio is hit on a vault, like I'm borrowing against my Matic, and my collateral to debt ratio is hit the minimum, would I then lose my vault or lose 100% of my crypto? Or
No. So if it drops, so for Matic right now we have a minimum for Matic, we have a minimum CDR at 120. So if your vault drops to like 119, what somebody can come and do, what a liquidator can come and do, is they would just pay back half of your debt, and then they would take an equivalent amount in dollars plus 10% of collateral as kind of their reward for liquidating that vault. You're still left with the vault. You still have the remaining collateral, but you also have less debt, and now your vault is made healthy again. So the liquidator helped you to make your vault healthy again. You do take a little bit of a hit, like in most cases it's like a 6% penalty, but you still maintain your vault. Now with our V2, if your vault drops really low to under 110%, if like liquidators aren't able to catch your vault quick enough and it drops below 110%, only then that's when the new liquidation engine comes in, and then a liquidator um, can liquidate your vault, and then they become the owner of that vault. They become the new owner. So it's if you just drop below, like if you're at 119, they only pay back. They only partially liquidate you. If it drops even further to 110% CDR, then it would become a scenario where they would take over your vault.
Yeah, and I just want to like highlight that most vaults are picked up pretty quickly, especially on a chain like Polygon. But if you go to a chain that's newer, I don't want to name names, but like the newer chains, um, might have maybe 5 liquidators in the whole chain, right? So the possibility of vault to go farther down is, pretty real. And so we want to prepare for that worst case scenario.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the clarification on all of that. My next question for you would be about governance because you're named QiDao. So how does the DAO structure work, and how does that come into play when deciding new chains to deploy upon and new tokens to list as collateral?
Yeah, for new chains, we had a vote a while back, basically saying that DAO gives us a charter to go on different chains, right? As long as we're not adding any collaterals that haven't been approved before. Now, for adding collaterals, we've recently approved a whole new way of doing that, because our goal is to slowly decentralize, if possible, right? You don't want to go cold turkey and do everything all at once. There's a lot of examples of that not really working out. But adding collaterals recently has become more of a community thing. And so the way it works is first, collateral needs to be posed by somebody, right? And then people that do bounties for the DAO will be then doing a risk analysis on that collateral. The liquidity available. We have a grading system that's similar to what Aave does, but is more geared towards like market risk as opposed to governance risk or smart contract risk. And then then it will go out into the Discord for discussion for 2 to 3 days. At which point we'll do a snapshot vote for people to either approve the collateral or reject the collateral. After that, our dev team will start writing the code, making the vaults, making the oracles, and then we'll take that batch of code and we'll make it a vote of itself so that people can approve or reject the code, and then we'll actually have the launch.
Yeah, and I went ahead and I think I put it in the voice chat, a link to the snapshot that got approved that kind of outlines the entire process, and it's got links and all that kind of cool stuff. It's got even links to proposal templates.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that and giving such a thorough and in-depth explanation. One thing I want to inquire about is how the voting power is weighed. So I understand, there's the Chi token, and then you're able to lock it up for up to 4 years, and that can help you acquire more voting power. Would you like to break down how that all works?
Yeah, sure thing. So yeah, Chi is our governance token. So with Chi, you've got some level of voting power, and we've had over 115 votes, which you could have, if you hold Chi, you've got some kind of say in what goes on. Now, if you are a dedicated Chi community or like QiDao community member, and you really want to be there for a long time, and you really want to kind of impact the votes a little bit more, what you can do is you can lock your Chi, Basically, we call it boosting. You can boost your chi. And when you do that, you can increase your kind of voting power. So you can lock up to 4 years. If you lock up to the maximum 4 years, whatever chi you have, you get 4x the voting power. So if you had 100 chi, lock for 4 years, now you've got voting power of 400 chi. So that's pretty cool when it comes to voting, like voting power. And then also by boosting your chi, you also get a boost in protocol revenue and kind of rewards that are airdropped every week. But yeah, that's how you would boost your voting power with chi. And I can throw in the link also in here. Oh yeah, thank you, Nacho. So yeah, over 70% of chi is actually locked right now, with an average of 2.87 years. So a lot of our community members really believe in the long-term future of chi, and really want to have some say in like where the protocol goes and what the protocol does. Also, a lot of chi is bought and locked by other protocols, because they want to have some say in where rewards may go, or kind of what we do in the future.
Yeah, I'm actually familiar with a few of those protocols. So I know there's Tattoo, and then there's the Gotchi Vault. They let you deposit your key with them for either V key or Tattoo key, and then they use the voting power on your behalf while in their protocol. And I want to talk about some of the other ways that you can earn yield with QiDao. Sorry, I keep saying key because that's how I always pronounced it. But yeah, QiDao, it's
It's
Qi.
it's
Yeah.
all good. Names are a rough one with us.
Yeah. So I want to jump into the screen share and showcase so we can talk about some of the different ways to earn yield with QiDao.
Yeah, let's do it.
By the way, guys, if you have any questions, there is a channel, two channels up from this one called the voice chat text channel. Drop them in there and I will read them out for you. Unfortunately, I can't let everyone unmute their mic, as that could possibly turn into chaos.
Hey, Kila, how are you doing the showcase?
Um, did you want to pop that up there?
Yeah, I can do it. Let me see. Crypto's easy, but working Discord is hard. Let me see. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, you're gonna have to go and click watch stream if y'all are new here. There's like a little window. Watch
Yeah,
stream.
we can see.
Yeah.
I like that you
Okay.
use browser Discord.
Oh yeah, I used the browser one because if not, it gets annoying. Perfect. Okay, so I guess we can start first by showing you guys the vaults. So like if you go to QiDao, we have many vaults and many chains. You can sort them by asset, by how much my is available to borrow. We've reached a lot of debt ceilings. This is the beta page, which I don't promote using, but the reason I'm here is because we have our recent additions of Xboo, Dodo, which are the two vaults that we have now for QiDao V2. For now, the Tattoo ones are coming up for Polygon. And so yeah, once you create your vault, you can mint my against your crypto, and sometimes you earn quite a bit of money for minting my, because we don't charge interest at all. It's like free to mint the my. Where you pay is when you repay your loan, you have to pay 0.5%. And so yeah, we have these like borrowing incentives that people vote on depending on what the DAO votes on. So
Yeah.
people go to a snapshot and they vote, right? So here you can see that Optimism BTC and Arbitrum BTC are doing pretty hot. So then when we go back here, you see that, it's pretty high APR.
Yeah,
So that's
and
the
again,
power of your chi,
that
right?
that APR, it's based off of the amount of Mai that you borrow. So for example, if you are borrowing 100 Mai, you would be getting that 255% on the amount on that 100 Mai that you're borrowing, not the amount of collateral that you have in the vault.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to put that out there. And then also the thing is kind of beautiful thing when he mentioned that it's 0% interest and there's only a repayment fee. That means if you have the loan for however long, 20 years, you're still paying the same thing as if you just had the loan um, for a day. Like there's no interest throughout the entire thing. And when you do have these, these incentives paying you for borrowing, it's essentially just, yeah, like that, paying you to borrow money. So it's not really going to cost you too much to mint some Mai.
Yes, and since we are, talking about QiDao V2, a part of QiDao V2 is having multiple front ends, right? These other sites that run our contracts to mint my on different chains, and that's through a partnership we've done with Manhattan Finance. So basically, we seed their markets, right, in return for interest rate. And so I'll show you guys Stella Swap. So on Stella Swap, you can mint my directly on their UI, so it's pretty very nice. You can have Xtella and Glimmer. Of course, the loan to value is a bit more conservative than you'd find on QiDao proper, and there is an interest rate to account for the higher risk profile. But yeah, I encourage you guys to take a look at that. Now, when it comes to earning yield on your MI, so once you have, MI, what do you do with it, right? Let's see, can I do?
Yeah, you can click just stables and hit my.
There we go. They have quite a bit of. Oh wow, that's a lot. Okay, so they have quite a bit of my farms. As you can see, you got up to like 18%. Nice. Some of them are not 18%. So yeah, if you want to earn yield on your my, Beefy's pretty good. Maybe Tetu Kila. Do you know if they have it?
If Tattoo has, yeah, they do.
My. Okay, so Tetu.
Actually, there's right now there's quite a few different few different places. So I mean, you can find yield on QuickSwap. You can find yield on our farms. So if you go to our website, you can find yield on our farms. Dystopia and Penrose, they've popped up. Um, they've popped up and kind of made a big hit on the Polygon ecosystem. So you can find quite a bit of yield there on Dystopia. Like for example, if you wanted to just go with stables, you got my infrax, my USDC, earning I think over anywhere from over like 15% up to like 25% um, APR. You've got Balancer as well. That's got some pool for my curve,
Mesh Swap.
mesh swap. You can even supply an Imprimax if you wanted to as well. Um, yeah, so on Polygon, there's quite a few spots that you can find some good yields.
Yes, and yeah, here you can see that there's some sort of like a list. It's not completely updated because we have farms on like Optimism, right? The Velodrome ones. Beethoven just started a farm there. It's pretty nice. So yeah, to answer your question, that's kind of how you can earn yield. Now, if you are on Ethereum and you don't want to bridge over your liquidity, there's this really cool app called Pony Finance that just came out from DeFi Pools, and it basically allows you to provide liquidity for stablecoin pools from Ethereum, and then they'll use multi-chain to bridge it and put it in different beefy strategies. And so I think like half of those strategies are my strategies. So that's how you can earn yield from Ethereum on my. Cool.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I had never heard of Pony Finance before. So, just to kind of like break down like a walkthrough of getting into this borrowing strategy, I'll choose an example on Polygon. There was V Ghost, which I believe was
Mhm.
in the top three picks for the previous round of
Yes.
voting for rewards. So V Ghost, I believe it's a fork of one of your interest bearing Aave tokens, correct? And
Yeah.
and then so
Okay.
essentially you can deposit your Ghost for V Ghost on the Gotchi Vault, and then you will earn yield from whatever they got going on over at the Gotchi Vault. I'm not gonna break get into that because that's a discussion for another day. But so essentially, you deposit your Ghost on here, you get the interest bearing V Ghost, which you can then go deposit in a QiDao vault, borrow Mai against, and then you start earning the Qi token on your loan, and then you're able to take that loan of Mai and park that on somewhere like Beefy or Balancer or Tattoo and earn yield on that. So you're
Yeah.
earning yield in like three spots between the V Ghost, the Chi rewards on the vault, and then um, Beefy or Balancer, whatever you choose. So it's like a really
So it's stacking.
optimized.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Just stacking the yields. I love it. Yeah.
that's fantastic. That's really incredible what you have going on here with that, and I think that creates a lot of incentive to actually purchase the Chi token, especially for owners of various protocols, because they want rewards going out to their token. So I'm wondering that kind of leading into my next question. I'm wondering, since some of these vaults they have such high APRs. Earning in the QiDao token, what are some other ways that revenue is driven towards the Qi token? Like, how does with high yields like that, how does it retain value?
Yeah, so there's like four, I guess now three different ways that the protocol earns revenue. So the, I guess, primary famous way is when people repay their loans, there is a 0.5% fee. And so, these last couple of months where we've seen a lot of market volatility, there's been a lot of that, right? A lot of people repaying to kind of balance their, debt positions, or, repaying their debt positions altogether. So, the protocols made quite a bit of money from that. Another way that we make money is in the farms when they load. Here we go. So you can, deposit, and then you're charged a 0.5% deposit fee. So we make some money from that. And then finally, when we do these kind of partnerships with protocols like Stella Swap, you'll find that, we make that interest revenue from depositing Mai. So we make 12% from Xstella, 8% from Glimmer. Um, and that's been historically a pretty substantial part of our revenue. It's kind of like we call market
Interest rates.
operations.
Correct.
All right, I really appreciate you explaining that because with such high APY on a lot of platforms, it really dilutes the value of the token, just sends it on a downward spiral. So it's really nice to know that the yield is sustainable and there's things keeping value coming into the Chi token. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
just to
again,
show
if
you here, I mean, in terms of like value coming in and out, I mean, today we're making like if you look at the last year, we made more money than, we were spending. And making more money annualized than our market cap. So in terms of revenue, we've been doing pretty okay. This is like the May report, June 1 coming out soon.
Fantastic. All right, we got some questions coming in here. I've been neglecting to view the voice chat text channel, but we're gonna go get into that right now. Crypto Texan wants to know, what are the Chi Wars?
Oh, the Chi
uh,
Wars. Kila, you want to touch that one up?
yeah, so the Chi Wars, love it. That's when protocols they're acquiring Chi, and then they're using their Chi to vote on our gauges, our gauges, um, for their own benefit, right? So like they're acquiring voting power for Chi to help drive drive the protocol and Chi incentives towards where they want to see it going. So like you had mentioned, V Ghost and the Gotchi vaults, they've been acquiring a bunch of Chi, and they've been voting then to have Chi rewards go towards Gotchi vault, which then means that they're getting more incentives weekly, which means that, like more and more people will be depositing into the Gotchi vaults and all that kind of good stuff. There's more than just Gotchi that's doing it. Tattoo's doing it. We've got a bunch of other protocols that are buying Chi to help really determine where the protocol goes, where the incentives are heading, and it's becoming a little bit of their business model. So people are building on top of QiDao, which is also a great thing because it also helps improve drive up the price and demand for Qi.
Yeah, helping to sustain that those nice yields on the vaults. Fantastic. Um,
Exactly.
so Aditya has a question. How is Chi different slash better from Aave? And perhaps you even want to touch on the interest bearing tokens.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we can go into a couple different areas here. How is it different from Aave? So the way that you are like one, you're like on Aave, you're borrowing somebody else's money. So when you deposit, you deposit collateral on one side, and you're borrowing from somebody else, and so you're going to be having to pay an interest rate for that. Because why would somebody offer you know or supply money to be borrowed out if they're not going to get any interest in return? Who's paying that interest? You are, the borrower is. Um, and so you're borrowing other people money and you're paying an interest on it. With Chi, you actually aren't borrowing it from anyone. You're minting um, new Mai from the value of your tokens. And so because you're minting from the value of your tokens and you're not having to interact with any kind of other party, you're not really, you don't need to pay interest on that. So it's isolated. So you've got like this isolated versus non-isolated environment there, um, and that's kind of where the differences come in. Also, the collateral types that you're able to use to mint my are quite a bit different. So we allow you to use interest-bearing collaterals. We even allow you to use Aave market tokens, compounding Aave market tokens as collateral for Chi. So if you wanted to, you could supply Matic on Aave on the supply side. You'll be earning yield from that. They give you an Aave market token. You come to us, we help you compound it, and it becomes a compounding Aave market token. And then we allow you to um, we allow you to basically mint my against that compounding token. So your collateral value is increasing over time. Whatever debt you have, it's at 0% interest, so it remains the same. And so you see, it's a pretty unique scenario where your collateral value is increasing, and your debt kind of remains the same. Um,
I would add, Kila, that we love Aave.
correct.
Aave's good. It's not like we're trying to say that we're here to replace Aave because it's a different use case completely, right? So why would I use Aave, right? It's to maybe if I want to short a token because Aave lets you borrow, volatile assets. It's a really good way to short tokens. Or if you need to do flash loans, they have that functionality, which is really good. Now, for us, it's really just about stable coins, right? Being able to get stable coins out of your assets, and for that, I mean, if you're paying interest today to borrow stable coins, I mean, you're doing something wrong, right? Because today, like, the most expensive thing to borrow is stable coins. You can pay up to like 12, 14, even 17%, right, to borrow stable coins, where you can go to QiDao and not pay that much percentage. So it's just a matter of arbitraging based on, information asymmetry.
Awesome. And while we're on the topic of Aave, Pingu, and AJ are both asking if there are any plans to have the My stablecoin listed on the Aave platform as a form of collateral.
Yeah, so we were added, I think, 2, 3 months ago, by the DAO, like the Aave DAO. And actually, we received more votes than any asset has received to be added. We had like 250K Aave voting in our favor, which is pretty insane. But no, we've been talking with the Aave team, and they have it ready. Everything's done. It's just to add us, Frax, and I think one other stable coin on Polygon. They've been waiting because of all this like market volatility. I guess they just want to err on the side of caution.
Congratulations on setting a record.
Thank you, thank you.
Um, and yeah, guys, I just want to remind you, bring your questions into the voice chat text channel if you got them. One thing I want to touch on before we wrap things up for sure. Is there anything um, you want to share about QiDao V2 that you haven't already?
Um, let's see. We talked about the new liquidation engine. I mean, I don't know. Did we touch too much on the risk management improvements? I think we did a little bit.
Yeah, we did a little bit. I guess we didn't talk about how we're gonna start doing some sort of like monthly liquidity tracking.
Yeah.
Because when we add a collateral, it may have really good liquidity, but a couple months on, things change. And so we need to have constant tracking of, is a collateral liquidatable? And right now that's being outsourced to a community member that is going to be doing it through bounties so that it's like public and, you know, somebody else is doing it, not the team. Yeah, I think that's the other thing. I would add as well that I think the most exciting thing for me is the multiple front ends. Allowing different protocols to mint my and get revenue sharing for it, because that's really gonna help my become, omnipresent in DeFi.
We have some questions coming in about, is V2 gonna have a backstop with something similar on what B protocol is doing? And then another question about, is there currently a liquidity style LUSD mechanism for automatic liquidations? Perhaps you want to go over the liquidation and how that works again.
Yeah, so Liquidity has a more centralized liquidation engine. For us, I mean, I don't like anything centralized. I don't want, a stablecoin protocol to own most of its liquidity. I don't think a stablecoin protocol should be doing its own liquidations. I think everything should be competitive and up to the market, because otherwise you have a single point of failure, and that's very, very dangerous. And so, no, I mean, for at least the foreseeable future, it's gonna be um, like very like a competitive liquidation engine.
Yeah, and speaking about decentralization, could you break down how the um, reward rounds work, where everyone is votes on which vaults are getting chi rewards? Like, what's the time frame for those?
Maybe you want to touch up on that?
Yeah, what's the time frame for those? So those happen every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks we'll throw up a gauge on our snapshot. That gauge will usually be open for anywhere from 4 to 3 days. And within that 4 to 3 days, then anyone that has chi at that given time that it's posted, they will have some voting power. They will have some say in where they want to see those chi rewards given to. So almost every collateral that we have, except for like interest-bearing stables, and some collaterals that we are kind of like deprecating, those will be included in the gauge for people to vote for. And here, I'll throw up just also a link real quick in the chat. Oh, yeah. See, this is why Nacho is amazing, because he's like one step ahead of me every single time. So there's a link in the chat that was our round 12 gauge, where WBTC on Optimism, WBTC on Arbitrum, and VGhost on Polygon. Those were the top three. They got the most votes. And so based off of who gets the most votes, we have a certain amount of chi allocated per week. And depending on the percentage of each collateral, they will get that percentage of chi given to vault holders. So in order to get some of this reward, somebody must have a vote. They must mint some Mai, and they have to stay within a certain collateral to debt range. And that collateral to debt range is going to vary from collaterals, but you'll be able to see that you'll be able to see the range on the on our website, my.finance.
Awesome. We are running short on time here, so guys, please get your questions in while we have the QiDao core team. I'm gonna drop some links in the voice chat text channel. So we got the website, the Telegram, Twitter, Discord, and the Medium if you want to follow up with QiDao afterwards. And yeah, is there anything else you guys want to touch upon? That any narratives you want to explore that we haven't already?
No, I mean, I think we covered a good amount. I mean, we're a very open book, so feel free to ask us anything in Discord. Crypto Texan win 4-year staker NFTs. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Maybe Crypto Texan, maybe you make them and then we'll drop them. That's
Yeah,
that
for
sound.
real. For real. I mean, Lau with the cowboy hat, we can. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. A lousy with the cowboy hat. One question. Well, I do want to say, yeah, I definitely agree that we did a really solid, comprehensive overview of everything. Really thorough explanations of the entire protocol. So I really appreciate you guys doing that. So I love the branding of QiDao. I think it's really funny how Lousy went with the alias Lousy. And I've always been curious, Ben, who is your profile picture?
Mine's Mozi. It's another Chinese philosopher.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, mine is just me.
Yeah, wearing a dish dash.
Yeah.
Nice.
If anybody was curious, that's just me.
No,
And
they weren't curious.
that's actually me, not like a NFT or some cartoon. Fully doxed.
All right, well, we'll wait around for a couple more minutes for some last minute questions to come in. And if no one has anything else that they'd like to ask, I guess we can get wrapping things up.
Pingu asks a great question. Am I in a Hawaiian shirt today? I actually am. I don't want to turn on my video though.
You know, I hear that there's gonna be QiDao branded Hawaiian shirts at ECC. Yeah, but that's just a rumor.
That's not just a rumor, that's a huge alpha leak. I love Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah,
The Alpha Police.
it's a
spread
joke
that.
because Keela is famously known for wearing Hawaiian shirts, so if only temporarily. So yeah, we might be giving those out at ECC.
Yes. I am a boring person, so I have to make sure that my clothes kind of are loud and exciting. That way people come and talk to me.
Yep, 100%.
Winchi merch, yes, please. I do agree with you, Pingu. Again, I think if anybody from the community wants to kickstart that initiative, like I am all for it.
Yeah, I think that would be a fantastic initiative to pursue. Got Crypto Texan typing here.
Yeah. So anybody here, if you wanted to start a Shopify, fucking here's your chance.
Yeah, and guys, if you a question pops into your head after the interview, or after the AMA, I should say, all the links are right here for you to follow up with the QiDao team.
Yeah, we got a lot of people bumping up a specific question here from Crypto Texan. Let's see.
I can't.
What's it like building in the bear market versus building in a bull market? Ooh, this one's fun. Ben, you want to take that one first?
Yeah, if you build in a bear market, there's a lot more answering questions on Discord. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, like community is one big thing. Is in a bull market, everybody's just super fucking happy and like whatever, like cool. In a bear, like they will try and pick and nitpick on every little thing. But in terms of like the actual building, it's the same. Like whether bear bull kind of heads down, continue to build. There's a lot more noise, I guess you could say, in a bull market where there's a bunch of like new protocols popping up, and then they wanna partner with you, and so your Telegram and your Discord is flooded with a bunch of people reaching out. A lot of times, I guess, again in this still very early bull, you're starting to get maybe more of the people that are going to be around for a little bit longer, reaching out and trying to create partnerships. And I think there's also, I'm not for sure, but I think there's a lot also less money going around in terms of just like investments. I think the overall amount of money is probably the same, but like valuations are down. So less projects just getting ungodly amounts of money. And swag is a big difference. Swag is a big difference at conferences. Bear market
Not
versus
for
bull.
QiDao. Yeah, we didn't have any swag until the bear market, so
Yeah, I know. We went the opposite route. Like,
yeah. I mean, for us, I mean, we have a very clear vision of what QiDao is gonna be, 5, 6 months from now, and that's never really, been unclear. So even if the market's going down, we're gonna continue to build what we want to build. Yeah.
correct. Yeah. So, anything else? I think the last thing about the bull and bear is that open bars at conferences, there's less open bars in bear markets than there are in bull markets.
See, Kila doesn't even drink, but he was not very happy that consensus made him pay for drinks.
Yeah, there was a few places that I still had to pay for like sparkling water or something. So
Oh yeah.
That's funny. Um, Little comment. There's a brewery not far from my house, and during the bull market, they had a drink called the Hodl IPA, and now that it's a bear market, they have rebranded it. They're no longer going with the crypto branding. So it's nice to hear that you guys are
No.
keeping up with the swag. Yeah, you guys are still got the conviction. He probably lost it, but
Man,
yeah.
probably was farming on Anchor. That's probably it. Oops.
Shots fired. And then Crypto Texan is correct that the Polygon Jump had free drinks. Polygon, I'm super bullish. I'm super bullish on Polygon.
Oh man, I couldn't be more bullish about Polygon. It's amazing.
Back for real.
And
Nice.
you guys stop. Like you guys are doing so many cool things. Like every time I look at the Twitter, it's like something new.
For
Playing on
real.
a Veil came out not too long ago, a couple days
Give
ago.
us time to like catch up, bro.
I know. Crazy.
Yeah. Non-stop shipping for real. And non-stop free drinks. And also good swag. I mean, like I have Polygon sweater from you guys, like freaking great.
Non-stop shipping, just like QiDao.
Try.
I don't know, man. We had a hiatus, man. Since like the fall of UST, we kind of went back and audited everything. We
Yeah.
re-ran tests for everything, and we started building QiDao 2.0. So we had a little bit of a period of not shipping, but don't you worry, guys. The shipping will resume.
I mean, I still think that is an important part of shipping, making sure everything's safe and secure. You guys scaled up so rapidly in the past year, so and it's exciting that you're continuing to scale. And yeah, it's been really great having you guys. Really appreciate you being here, giving such a comprehensive, in-depth overview of everything.
Our pleasure. Sorry for Benjamin being late.
I had it wrong on my calendar. It's just time
Yeah,
zones are hard.
I had it wrong too. We talked about it at the beginning, like IST and like yeah,
Oh, IST, not EST.
yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that's probably what it
It's
was.
all good. It's all good. Apparently, there's two ISTs anyways. There's India and then Ireland. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Who came
yeah,
first?
yeah.
I say India came first.
I mean, India does come first when it comes to the time zones.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Ooh, Royal Aid is trying to get some alpha. He's wondering if there's anything important coming up that you guys might want to share.
I feel like Royal Aid would be the person to say that. uh, I don't
I
know,
mean,
man. They've
Ben is
been
the alpha
shipping
police,
some.
so
I don't know. I'm the alpha police. They've been shipping like insane amounts of things. I don't even know where I could leak, man. There's just too much. But Dodo and Expo, is that something that we haven't touched up on?
no, I think we've touched up on that. I mean, you
Yeah.
even showed them the beta.
Oh,
Yeah,
did I? Did I do that?
yeah, you did
Oops.
do that.
My bad. Don't use the beta. Use at your own risk.
Yeah, okay. Royal Aid, if there's something that you want us to touch upon, just drop it in. Drop it in chat. Otherwise, Daddy Police here is not gonna bring it up. But if it's already out, we have to touch up on it.
Yeah, I guess for the most part, everyone's just gonna have to stay tuned and watch and find out.
I mean, there's a lot of collaterals coming out in July.
Yeah, and there's a lot of chains coming out in July. Oh wait, what?
Ooh,
Ila.
oops, alpha. Yeah, and I think
Alpha.
one really good way to stay up to date with the collaterals and the chains coming out is to stay tuned on what's happening on the snapshot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Stay tuned to the snapshot. Also, I mean, come into our Discord. It's a pretty active Discord. Yes, really just said it there. Also, we will be at ETHCC. So if you're in Paris or if you're planning to be in Paris, feel free to hit us up. A good amount of the team is going to be there. We like people, so come and say hi. That's what he was. That's where he was going. Okay. I mean, postpone ECC. Honestly, Pingu, I didn't get a ticket to it, so I'm just
No, we're
going there
doing we're doing side events and
doing side events and shenanigans,
yeah,
like
shenanigans.
French shenanigans. So, um, they can
Gets
postpone ECC as many times as they want. I still probably wouldn't get a ticket.
No, it's
No,
impossible. It's
yeah,
impossible. I
not as in like I wouldn't get a ticket, but I just like can't get a ticket because they're always
I
sold
mean,
out.
I wouldn't say I feel emotionally rugged that I didn't get a ticket, but I feel emotionally rugged.
He's been nonstop talking about ECC for an entire fucking year, so
I have.
yeah.
And if you guys have any extra swag, don't be afraid to reach out and let me know. I wouldn't mind taking it off your hands.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a bunch for the Polygon events as well.
Yeah. What's your shirt size?
XL.
Okay.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, I don't see any more questions coming in. If you guys want to wrap this up now, we can.
Cool.
All right. Thank you so much for being here. It was fantastic to meet the both of you, and really great getting all the alpha information and learning more about QiDao protocol.
It was our pleasure. We always love hanging out with Polygon and Polygon folks. So hopefully let's do it again sometime soon. for a
Epic.
V3.
Love to hear it.
Alright.
Yeah, you guys are definitely welcome back anytime. So, yeah, we'll definitely do this again sometime soon.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody, for being here today. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.